Here we go, round one. Who's going to land the first big shot? That uppercut to the body. Punch, counter punch. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Nice counter shot. So much hype surrounding this big matchup as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of those millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer... On to the second round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They're going to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot. Jab. Rest on the jab.
Hold on. Got to cut you off here, Johnny. Why weren't they more cautious? That was the moment.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Nice counter. They exchange punches. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter shot. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. And he scores with the counter. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. The game plan does not... Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Oh, and they got rocked. What a moment this is. Much better game plan here.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. Beautiful counter punch. How about that time counter shot? I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be hard.
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
You'd like to see more jabs. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Whoa, and you saw the balance go. The knees, the foundation, rocked. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. Well, we know they've got the... There's the bell to start round 4. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter punch. Misses with the straight left. Punching. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. That counter shot lands. Good counter punch. Oh, a little rope-a-dope here. They exchange punches. Time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well, this won't sit well with their opponent. The jab misses. Misses with the straight left. Very competitive round. Hold it right there. And we may see a stoppage here. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. He is down big time on this. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. I thought that was going to be a knockdown at least.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
So much for being a good sport here. They're going to taunt. They exchange punches. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. Talk about a one-sided. There's the bell for round 6. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction until...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Usyk! It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Sometimes when you get nervous...
Whoa, Johnny! The defense failed them! How is this fight still continuing?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
We've never seen Oleksandr Usyk hurt like this before. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
Nice counter. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Where was the defense? Why weren't they covering up? Why weren't they more cautious? Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. Pretty dominant. Round 7, here we go. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well done with that counter shot. Do you believe what we are seeing? And right back into the fray.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Whoa, wait a minute! What a shot! No, we don't see a knockdown.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect.
I got to stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. And is this the beginning of the end? A nightmare start to this fight. He threw a punch and just got countered. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. They've got the momentum. Round 8, and we're off again. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Usyk! And now they're right back into the fray.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Why weren't they cooked? Opetaia right now is not looking good. And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You still want to fight?
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
Punch, counter punch. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his hold right there. We've never seen Oleksandr Usyk hurt like the unified heavyweight champion is down. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4. Come to me.
One round, 2 knocked out. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. How do you score the last round, Johnny, as both of these fighters went to the canvas?
I've seen that twice before. Both fighters knocked down in the same round. And you think, who's going to go back as confident? Who's going to come out as confident? Both fighters went back on unsteady legs. How is this going to unfold?
And he misses with that straight left. When are we going to see a jab from these two? The big Ukrainian in big trouble. Looks like trouble was averted.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close. So close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night.
I got to stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Usyk. And it appears they weathered the storm. Hold that thought. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch. Hold that thought. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. I don't believe what we're seeing here.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What did they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. What would you tell this guy? It's round 10. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their... Did you see that? We've never seen Oleksandr Usyk hurt like this before. Smart move here to take a knee and get a break from all that beating.
That must have really dented the ego. You don't want your opponent to see you do that.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and the big cat goes down. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You okay?
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
It's a good start to the round for this guy.
The corners must be so...
Usyk couldn't take anymore, and down he goes! Everything looks better in slow motion. Let's take another look.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round ones. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not got to get trigger happy.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel yet. Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round, that'd be sheer...
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. The big Ukrainian in big trouble. He's gonna take a knee.
Best thing the fighter did, otherwise, you know what? Pride's gonna get you knocked out.
6, 7, 8.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Those counter punches have to hurt. One of the best at pull right there. So much for defensive abilities. They somehow weathered the storm.
Step back, compose yourself.
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. And we may see an early stoppage here. And it's okay to take a knee.
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of
6,
that.
7, 8.
He misses with that straight left. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. The referee really thinking about stopping it. Let's talk about Oleksandr Usyk in that last round. That belt on to the 12th. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round. Usyk might go down here. What an upset. It appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Catch and shoot. men step back for just, hold that thought, a chance to make history. And it appears he takes a knee, buys time, collects himself.
What you see right there is a heartbroken fighter.
7, 8.
Nice counter shot. Good counter punch. Usyk. No, we don't see a knockdown.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. We've never seen Oleksandr Usyk hurt like this before. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.